Hello, Melissa. My name is Sean Everett. I am the website analysis expert over at Zucker Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Eric. He sent your website over to me for analysis. So here we go. I'm going to show you everything that I do along the way so you can just follow along. No funny business, I promise. So the first thing I do when I analyze a website is look at the website, of course, and you have a beautiful website, truly beautiful. Clearly somebody is matching the logos on the trucks to the website to everything. It's just gorgeous. But I'm not here for the aesthetic of it. That doesn't interest me very much because your web designer did a good job. Once somebody gets here, they're going to click all over it. But my issue is getting people here. That's what I'm here for, to analyze how to get people here. And I can show you that the interior of your website, the actual programming of it, is exactly what is needed to get people here. And I'm going to show you what I do first. The first thing I do is I look at this. This is a paid tool that I use in this industry to look at your metrics. Now, the second thing I do is I look at a map of where you are, which in this case, oh my, it got rid of the map. No, there it is, over there, showing you how professional I am by messing everything up on the very first moment of the video. Um, Here's San Antonio. I look at that because I want to see like Castroville. I want to see Northcliffe, those sorts of places, and I'll get back to that in a moment. And then I also do a Google search from San Antonio roofers. Now, this is going to require that I do a little explanation of the Google process. Follow along with me. I promise I won't put you to sleep. It's brief. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. The first thing you're going to see on a Google search is the paid listings. Now, you can pay to get in there. There's no problem with that. A lot of people sort of think, oh, why would you want to pay to be on something that lists, the best people first? Of course, that's not the way Google works. This isn't a list of the best people. This is a list of people with the best website as Google determines them to be. So the next thing you'll find is the map pack, and look where you are. Oh my goodness. That means you have gone to Google and filled out a Google business profile. Perfect, perfect. Why aren't you up here? I'm going to tell you the reason is probably because there are a few blanks missing there. Google rewards thoroughness. If you go back into your profile and discover that there are a few more blanks in there that you could fill out, fill them out, and I can almost bet you will move up to this spot, which is better than being here, but not by much. Because, for instance, here, the first three listings are lists of people, and not even Cloud Roofing, who is the first actual roofing company that I find, is in this spot. And you have an opportunity to be here and here. For instance, if Cloud Roofing, who is number one roofer in this list, and I'll refer to them now on as your Google competitor, were to fill out a Google business profile, you would drop off into the fourth position here and not be here anymore. It would be Cloud Roofing and then Stevens and then Rocks, and then so you would be gone. So what I'm going to tell you is what the Google algorithm that determines the spots that these are listed in requires. It's pretty simple, really. The first thing is the Google business profile, which you've already done. So the next thing is the keywords. I don't know why I couldn't get that out. I think about them all day long. So the first thing is the keywords. Now I'm going to show you what keywords are. Keywords are something that Google, the Google algorithm has determined what they are by taking all of the sites that come up when you type San Antonio roofers, and it takes all of those websites that come up, it extracts all of the words from them, and then it lists them by how frequently they appear. The one that appears the most frequently is keyword number one, and then so on down the list. But those also are part of key phrases. So let me start you off by showing you I don't know why this is happening to me. There we go. There we go. Um, I'm going to take your website and copy and paste it into this word counter. Here we go. You have 478 words. I'm going to go to cloud roofing and do the same thing now. Copy and paste, and they have 1,151 words. Now, it may not seem like a big deal to have less words than they do, but an algorithm doesn't care about that. For an algorithm, more is better. But all words are not the same. You don't necessarily have to have 1,152 in order to win this battle. But in fact, Google would prefer that you have 1,500 altogether. So even cloud roofing does not have the sufficient amount of words. But like I said, all words are not equal. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You have in your website 35 keywords. Keywords are any word that is associated with your industry. Shakes or clay tile or TPO. I don't know all the words of your website. That's not my industry. Mine is this. So I can only describe to you what they could be. And you know, sitting around with your salespeople and finding out the questions that the people ask when they go to their house, that's what will determine the key phrases. Now I'm going to show you clouds roofing keywords. 2,600. This is exactly why they are in this spot. This is exactly why they are in the organic search list as number 4. Now, I'm going to show you what their keywords are, just to make it easy. This is the phrases that are typed into Google by volume roof replacement. And as you might know, you don't have to include San Antonio in there because most searches are reliant on a location anyway. Like for instance here, mine says results for San Antonio, Texas. So that's what I chose. Now, so you don't have to have San Antonio in there. If you just type roof replacement and you're in San Antonio, they'll come up. Same with roof replacement cost, satellite dish, roofing tar. Now, all of these things are satisfied in the cloudroofing.com website. They have a blog that answers all sorts of questions, and that's essentially where all of your questions from your customers should go. That will get your keyword count way up. And that also goes back to this, where I was talking about Northcliffe, where I was talking about Lacoste. All of those places could have you listed as the best roofer in Dunlay if you put that on your website. For instance, if I go to your website and if I was your web designer and I put in the phrase "Google's like bananas," well, some guy in Germany is going to come along and type that into a web search and going to wonder why a San Antonio roofing company is coming up on his search for gorillas like bananas. It's because it's on your website. Now, the inverse is true. If you don't have it on your website, you're not going to come up. So I have to tell you that 35 keywords is not sufficient. And I'm going to show you what that means in a minute. I'm going to do something really quick here. I'm going to find something. I'm going to do find and best roof. Nope, nothing. There's the word best in there, not found. Why is the phrase best roofer in San Antonio not on here? It should be. I hope that you consider yourself the best. And for that matter, you could be the best roofer in Adkins, the best roofer in Timberwood Park. All of those places have people who are proud of where they live and want to, hire and buy local. That's an opportunity for you to have more keywords. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is your backlinks. You have 635, which isn't bad. Here's cloud roofing, 652. They just barely beat you. But that's the other metric in terms of what the Google algorithm wants to have on a website. Because the Google algorithm thinks that the more people that are talking about you, in this case for them, they're on Constant Contact, Webflow, Homestead, Proven Expert, Yellow Pages, Porch.com. I don't see Angie's list in there because they're listed at a 91, but there's only 5 here that are in the 90s. You could easily get more in the 90s. And you can see There's others in the 80s and the 70s too. Those are great. Anything below that, questionable if it's necessary or not. If I go all the way to the bottom of the list, I don't think that, why would somebody need to be in GTE.com? I guess maybe it's their phone book. I don't know. Powerblanket.com? No idea, but not as necessary as being in one in the 90s. Now, the final thing I'm going to show you is this. This is where the rubber meets the road. The backlinks and the keywords resulted in this for you in the last month. This is up to, so you had 31 before, in the month before, but in January you had 33 clicks from a Google search. Here's what Cloud had, 6,700. Now I can only, I'm not being snarky, but the opportunities for estimates and customers is much greater at 6,700 than it is at 33. Now, that means money in your pocket is what I'm trying to get at. And I'm beating around the bush a little bit because I'm not trying to be insulting to you at all. But this is something that you can achieve really easily. You don't have to beat 2,700 keywords. Ideally, you could. I mean, that would be awesome if you could do that. But you just have to have better keywords. And if you start adding the communities around you, if you start adding all of the words that you guys know from your industry, just sitting around and talking with your coworkers, you could come up with more than 35 keywords. Now, all of these things are relatively easy to do. I would assume that you would probably rather spend your time roofing than digging around in the belly of your website. But think of us as the mechanics. Your web designer was the painter of the auto body shop for your website. They made it look nice and pretty. We are the mechanics because we know what needs to go inside. And that's where I think that maybe contacting Eric might be of use to you. So if the things that I've told you make sense to you and is something you want to pursue, by all means, give Eric a call and he will guide you through the next steps. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I've been helpful to you and have a great day.